Hello, everyone, and welcome again. This is Yezan, and what I'm planning to do in this recording is to talk to you guys about SAP, in particular, the sales and distribution case study that you have to complete. Now, I'll be honest with you, sometimes I hear that the SAP or the sales and distribution case study is the most difficult assignment students have to complete during this course. So that's why I decided to record myself walking through the different steps and show you that how easy it is. You just have to be organized and go through steps in the order that it's in the case study. But also, I'm going to skip some of what I call them optional steps just to make this faster and easier for you. So this case study explains an integrated sales and distribution process in detail, which you would see in so many organizations. Now, our plan here, or the goal, is to show you how when you use an enterprise system like SAP, it will allow you to minimize the amount of data that you have to enter because it will be captured in the system. So you can see the motivation is to show you the data entry requirements in the sales and distribution and how it's get minimized because you are using an ERP system, enterprise resource planning, known as SAP. SAP is one of the biggest enterprise software in the world, originated from Germany, but it's used in so many areas, especially in manufacturing. So the data will be stored in what's called a master data, which will simplify the processing or the processing of the different business transactions. All right. So in this case study, you will create, or we will create together, the master data for a new customer. A new customer. Now, I assume that you have no previous knowledge whatsoever with SAP. This is, again, it's a beginner level. We're using the Fury. So if maybe in the past you saw SAP, this is slightly different. And the version that I'm using for the instructions is 3.3. So if you took this class before, or you probably worked in this case study before, this is the 3.3 version. So please follow accordingly. Right. Our objective is to understand and perform an integrated order to cash cycle. Now, order to cash cycle is a very common cycle in most of the businesses. You order something, they check for the availability, and then they ship it to you. Then you pay for that order or with the product, the service, and so on. And then the transaction get posted. So in the order to cash process, you will take different roles, or we will take together different roles within a hypothetical company called GBI, or Global Bike Incorporated. So we'll do different steps, or we'll do together different steps. A sales agent, a warehouse worker, an accounting clerk. So we will do different roles. In real life situation, when you work, you're not going to be doing all those roles. So this is an opportunity also to see what others are doing in a business process that you might be part of. So this business process goes through multiple departments or multiple functional units, which is sales and distribution, materials management, and the financial accounting, referred to as a FI. I know it's a little bit confusing. You have to understand that this application came from Germany, so you will notice that so many words or so many terminologies are translated directly from German, which seems to be like, I don't have a lot of experience in German. I traveled recently to Fulda, Germany, our sister university. I tried to learn a little bit, and I'm interested to know more, but definitely not expert in translating. But you will notice that some kind of a translation is like exact words, which kind of doesn't convey or doesn't transfer the meaning correctly. Nonetheless, I think it's fair enough. They did a pretty good job. So the employees involved in this process are David Lopez, which is East Rip, Maria Diaz, salesperson. Matthias, I hope I said that name right, salesperson. Sandeep, and which is a warehouse supervisor. Sergey, which is a warehouse employee. Stephanie, a billing clerk, and Jamie, which is a cost accountant. All right, so we will start the sales order process by creating a new business partner. And the role of that business partner will be a customer. So it might be a little bit confusing why we have to define it as a business partner, because this software deal not only with business to consumer, they deal with business to business transactions. And business to business transactions, the clients are actually partners in a way. So this is why we create a business partner first. So I know it might be a little bit, confusing for some of you that never had a chance to work in a big organization that do some type of transactions. But just understand that we define it as a business, or we define this new customer, okay, and not client. I just want to tell you that client in SAP has a different meaning, and I'll explain a little bit. So it's important to stick to the word customer, although customer and client, sometimes people use them interchangeably. But in SAP, we have to stick to the, let's say, the word customer, all right? So the customer name is the Bike Zone, and it's in Orlando. So we define this customer in the system, we create its information, and then we will receive an inquiry, right? So normally, you call a business, you want to figure out how much something would cost you if you purchase it, like a vehicle or different type of merchandise. Then you will submit an inquiry. So the inquiry will be processed, or we will process that to create a quotation, right? So maybe you call like a car dealer, you ask about how much a vehicle would cost you if you purchase it, and then they will generate a quotation. And the quotation has an expiry date. So the same thing is like the quotation will be for a certain date. Now, if the quotation is accepted by the customer, then we will create a sales order that reference that quotation. And what you will find is that the information will carry with us step by step. So we don't have to kind of, re-entry that information, which make a business process more efficient, because the time to do certain business activities and transactions are less. Then, we'll check the inventory. I'm going to skip the check parts and I explain a little bit later why. Then we'll go to delivery. So deliver the product sold, and then create an invoice, finally receive a payment. Very standard business process. You're probably going to see it in so many places. Even if you have a job right now, you probably see it at your job. So it's very important to understand this business process. Now, here is the full business process. The blue, or the navy blue, it's the sales and distribution. So those are the activities that happen in the sales and distribution functional unit or department. And then the ones in yellow or gold, this is material management. So the transaction that happened in the material management department. And then the FI, which is the financial accounting. Then you have a couple steps that we have to do there. All right, so I'm going to take a screenshot of this, and I highly recommend that you keep this in front of you, because it will give you some type of a meaning of what you're trying to do. So I took a screenshot of this, and I'll keep going back and forth to refer to it. So let me put it on the other monitor here. And these are the different steps. Now you will look at it as like, oh my gosh, I have to do 17 steps. So as I mentioned, I am going to skip some of the steps. So whenever we have to create something in the system, I have to do that step, because this is how you will be graded. You will not submit anything at the end of this assignment. What will happen is either me or the TA will look at the back end and figure out, have you completed these steps or not? And then I will also remind you that it's a good practice, for example, after the 6th step, or let's keep it this 5th step, to go and reach out to me or the TA and ask for, let's say, status. Have I completed the first 5 steps correctly? I guarantee you, if you do the first 5 steps correctly, the rest of this case study, or the rest of this assignment will be very, very easy. It's just the first few steps. If you mess up something, the problem, you may not get an error message, and that error will carry with you step by step. So when you get to step 11 or 12, you'll see at that point that the outcome is not what you expect. So you would think that you did something wrong in step number 12, but the issue is not step number 12. It could be in step number 3 or 4 or 5. So please reach out to me or the TA after step number 5. So we'll give you a little bit of an update about the status of your work. And then if you mess up something in previous steps, we can redirect you to go back and fix it up. So instead of going back all the way to 14, 15, then figure out what happened at an early stage, I can help you or the TA to fix those issues. I hope that makes sense. All right, folks. So, well, how can you log in into SAP? All right, so I did put that information in the, let me see. I put that in Canvas. So let me go quickly to Canvas. All right, so this is Canvas, and I'm gonna switch to student view just to make sure that I see exactly what you guys see on your end. So done with the Q1, done with the Q2. Now this is a Q3. The assignment is SAP Sales and Distribution. Once you click on it, now this is the URL. Now again, unless I post a different URL, so if you go back to the assignment and use whatever URL that is posted there, because this URL could change from one semester to another, right? Another thing is that you need the client. Again, if this is go back to Canvas and check if this is the same client number. It changes again from one semester to another, and I put the instructions, the sales and distribution. This is the instructions that you have to follow. Again, straightforward. If you follow the instructions carefully, you will definitely gonna finish this assignment in as soon as possible. Right. So this is there's a list of user names and passwords. So please click on that and figure out where is. Sorry, maybe you have to download it. So you need to download that file and to figure out which user you have and the password. So this Excel sheet, and you will need a username and password. So first of all, this is the URL I posted. Simply click on that. And again, this is a honda.ucc.uwm.edu/Fury. Right. So let me, oops, sorry for that. So make sure that you look into into Canvas, and if this is the same URL that you have. Again, this might change from one section to another and could change from one semester to another. So always go back and check out the URL. So this says the SAP portal and then the URL. It could be Honda, it could be something else for you. All right, so again, this is the URL. Let me zoom in a little bit. Here it is. It could be different, so make sure to go back to Canvas and check the URL posted there. All right, so first of all, as I said, the user. Now, please use your own credential. Do not use the credential I'm using here. I know this might be, a small mistake some of you guys would do, and then will, waste a lot of time. So a little bit of focus to figure out what you need to put here. So I'm gonna use learn 003. Again, learn 003. Yours will be learn something, or could be even not learn something else. So 003 are the 3 digits associated with my own user. There will be there will be different 3 digits associated with your user. All right, now I did put the password for you guys, so let me go and pick up the password. So again, use the password that I put on Canvas for you. Now, here's an important part. A lot of students try to do this quickly. So what will happen is they keep this as 000. You have to change the client. So for example, here on Canvas, I put the client is 543. So I'm going to copy that and simply put 543. All right. So I have user, I have the password and client. Simply change password to login doesn't make a difference. It will ask you to change that user. Please make sure to write that new password for you somewhere, because it happened that I keep receiving emails from students saying that they got locked out of the system because they tried the password multiple times. Don't freak out if that happened. Reach out to me. I can restart your password. But again, it's better just to keep that password that in a place that you would remember. So maybe open a Word document. I think that's a good idea. Let's open a Word document so I can keep documenting the stuff I'm doing. Again, you don't have to submit that Word document. I'm just saying this is the, if I were you, this is what I would do. So simply here I would put like user learn 003, for example, new password, blah, 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 and so on. And now we're going to start writing, putting something in this document. So, and explain why I think it's a good idea to keep putting stuff on the side in case you forgot. You can go back to this document and remember. All right, so let me put put a new password for here. All right. So password has changed. Hit continue. Now I am into the SAP portal. The SAP portal is quite straightforward. If you click here on home, I'll take you to controlling, right? Now you have to understand that we will, or each group of these is kind of different, let's say, um, for a different case study. So you always have to make sure that you go all the way to the bottom, sales and distribution. It has the same name as our case study because this is associated with a business process. So when you click on sales and distribution, everything you need is in sales and distribution. Everything you need is here. You should not be leaving this screen, sales and distribution. Now the problem, if you click on something and you want to go back, let's say maintain business partner, right? I click on this and I want to go back, right? Go back to the main screen. So if I click back or click on home, it takes me back to controlling. So every time I have to do something, I have to go back and find sales and distribution. Well, how would you change this? You don't have to. I just recommend it. Here you click on this icon over here. This guy. Right, click on this icon and then you can do some kind of editing. So you can edit your home page. You can change some settings and so on. So let's click on edit home page. And you can see here, for example, sales and distribution, right? So if I scroll all the way to the top, you can see controlling is the first group of tiles. So I'm gonna scroll down all the way to sales and distribution. Again, you'll see, for example, production and planning, human resources, project management, very cool case studies that, you know, I even like encourage you that to go deeper and learn about these processes, as when you graduate, this will be something that you will do in your job, regardless of your area, you know. So I grab this again. I grabbed sales and distribution. So here's sales and distribution. I just clicked on the name and grabbed that group, and I'm gonna scroll all the way to the top and put it as the first group. So every time I go to home, it will be the first group of tiles that I see. I hope that makes sense. Again, this is an optional step. You don't have to do it. I just recommend doing it, right? So dropping it here. Now I have sales and distribution, right? Make sure to hit close. Awesome. Now, whenever you go, wherever you go, you click on create business partner, for example, relationship. You hit go back or hit on home. It'll be sales and distribution, the first group of tiles, and you don't have to look for it. Alrighty, straightforward, right? Now let's go back to our case study. So the first part will be to create a new customer. So this is the first task we have to do. And to create a new customer, you have to click on Maintain Business Partner. And in Maintain Business Partner, we have to search for Screen Organization. So let's do that. So this is Maintain Business Partner. We click on this. It opens that in a new tab. And then we're looking for organization. Again, it says organization, choose organization. We're simply going to click on organization. Great. Now there's a note. It says the business partner is created subordinates and assigned roles and so on. So you can read that note. Now in the create organization screen, select in the drop-down menu, create in BP role. So there's a create organization menu. So here's create in BP role, business partner role, and you will need to choose business partner financial customer. So here we have to scroll down, financial customer. Now it asks you, do you want to change to another business partner role? Simply say data already entered is not saved during creation. I would say yes, no problem. Hit create. Great. Now in the create organization FI customer, we will need to well, first of all, make sure that you see FI customer new. So FI customer new is selected. And for the company, or for the title, we choose company. So here, company. And for the name, it's the bike zone. I'm just going to copy this and paste it so as not to cause any issues with typos. And for the name and the number, kind of hash. So remember when I told you guys that you have the user learn dash and three digits, those hash are or should be replaced with those 3 digits that you have. So mine's where, so here, and those 3 digits in the search term. So in the search term, I have to put 003. Do not put 003 on your end. It will be 3 different digits so that are associated with your user. So if it's learn dash 011, it'll be 011. Learn dash or hyphen 211, it will be 211, and so on. So this is the one associated with my own user. All right, and then 2144 North Orange Avenue for street. So we have street house number, and 32804 for the postal code. This is for the postal code. If you wonder how do I switch back and forth between those screens on a Microsoft operating system, if you hit Alt, or if you hold the Alt and you hit the tab, you'll switch between the last window that you open. So Alt tab, I switched to the PDF file because this was the last thing I was looking at. Alt tab, it'll take me back to the Chrome browser where I was. Alt tab, Alt tab. I'm sure there is something also equivalent in Macintosh or in Apple. All right, so country, well, first of all, city, Orlando. So, so postal code, and then city, Orlando, country, US, and then, and you can, if your values are correct, you're gonna see this small menu. So you just click on USA, and FL for region, Florida. So FL, and then you'll see Florida. Just click on it. If you don't, it's totally fine. All right, English for the language. So I'm gonna just copy English from here, and the language is English, A, B, C, D, E. All right, English. What else I have to do? See in the screenshot, it shows you the search term is 000. Do not enter 000. This is just for demonstration. Again, do not enter this. This is one of the issues I always, face with my students. They look at the screenshot and then they just enter the values as it is in the screenshot. Now, you should not enter 000. I did enter 003 because that was the one associated with my user. Yours will be something different. So please do not forget that. That causes a lot of issues later on. All right, so we put that information. Time zone, I mean, I did not put time zone. Don't even see what is the time zone. Country, region. Here it is. If I expand this, it shows that plus kind of sign. It shows time zone, so it's Eastern. It's totally fine. It was the default. Awesome. Now it says scroll down and click on the search icon next to transportation zone, or click into the field transportation zone and then F4 key to see a pop-up window. Right, so here's the transportation zone. If I click on this and hit F4 on my keyboard or hit this magnifier, then it'll show me two different areas, which is transportation zone that ends with 1. This is the east, and the one that ends with 2 is the west. So I'm definitely going to use the east, and then I hit on this check mark here, copy, and that is set. All right. Now, then click it on the company code. So let's see, company code. Up here, this is company code. If it's hidden on your side, right? If it's hidden on your side, check out more. So you might have to click on the drop down to see more. Right? You click on more and you might see company code there. Because like if I zoom here a little bit, then I won't see company code. If I click on more, then company code is here. Right? So it depends on how big your screen is. If you don't see company code in the top, make sure to click on more, and then you'll see company code here. Simply select that. All righty. So let's zoom out a little bit. Zoom out a little bit. And then more. Or where is it? Company code. Here it is. All right. Awesome. I mean, this might sound like too much details, but honestly, this is most of the questions I receive. Again, this is not my first rodeo. So if you just follow my steps, I guarantee you're going to finish this in one shot and you won't face any problems or get full grade on this one. All right, so company code, we want to use US00. So you either, copy this, Alt tab to switch windows, and either paste it here, or you can click on the magnifier. You can see once I paste it, automatically pops up this kind of small window, kind of show you that you're entering correct values. Now, if it doesn't show up, this is fine. But for me, it's showing up, so kind of give me some kind of assurance that I am following steps correctly. All right, so here it gives you the notes about, if you don't see company code, click on more and so on. All righty. Now, in the tab Customer Account Management, we need to enter 1140. So I'm copying this in the reconciliation account. So let me zoom out a little bit. Which tab was that? Customer Account Management. Customer Account Management. Oh, here it is. I am inside that. Now you can see, for example, here I can't click on those. Well, let's go back here and make sure that I entered that correctly. So US 00, right? So select that, copy, right? Hit enter. Sometimes you have to do that. So now after I hit enter, I can see that I can enter values here. This is also a very common question I get is like, oh, the boxes are grayed out. Why I cannot enter the value? Where, well, this is why. All right. So either you enter the values correctly or you select 11 for zeros, trade accounts receivables. All right. And then the sort key is 001, so the posting date. So sort key 001, posting date. All right. Payment for payment transaction, it's 301. So just be aware of that. For payment terms. So for payment terms, let's see, where is that? Oh, probably here. Let's see. So, in the customer account management, do this and do that. In the payment transactions, right? So payment transactions, payment terms, it'll be payable immediately due nets, right? So 301. Now in the drop down menu on the top, create BP role and then choose customer. Okay. So here, create BP, we created a financial accounting customer. So a customer that we will do transactions with. Now what we're going to now switch it to choose customer, right? So now I have to go up, up, up. CO, CU, customer. And now it tells me change to another BP role in create mode. Do you want to create business partner BP role customer? And I simply hit. So here, just to make sure that I'm following it correctly, we hit in customer. Oh, in the pop-up, you make sure you choose save this time, right? Save. So you won't lose what you have done. So I hit save. That have saved the FI customer that I just created. All right, now now we are kind of slightly different view, and here at the bottom you see business partner 51038. If I were you guys, if I were you, I highly recommend take a screenshot of the whole thing or that just small little thing. I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna take a screenshot for the whole thing because it shows me a number. There is a number here. Okay. If you don't know how to do screenshots, please learn. Google how to do a screenshot on whatever operating system you have. This will be very helpful. I have a business partner number 51038. I'm going to simply copy this and put it in my Word document, okay? So whenever I'm lost, I want to figure out what was the number of the business partner that I created, I can go directly and enter that. It will make your life way, 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 way easier. All right. And save that Word document, guys. You might need to go back and check that out. All right. So we need to click on Sales and Distribution. Right. So let's go here. And Sales and Distribution at the top. If you don't see it, again, you might need to go to More and find it. But it's right here in front of me. So click on Sales and Distribution. It's a new customer. And let me make sure that I go back to the PDF. All right. UE00 for the sales organization. So for the sales organization, or you click on this icon next to it and choose US East wholesale cross division, right? And the division is 00. Let me make sure that that is true. WH for the distribution, BI for the division. So WO for the division, wrong division, sorry. BI. So here, for example, instead of that, we have BI, right? So no, this is DN. UE East, but I want to choose the, not the cross division. I'm sorry for that, the bicycles. See, even me, done this so many times. Sometimes you click on the wrong option and it will, ruin the whole process for you. This is how sensitive this um, uh, software is, or this application is. Alrighty. So we have UE00, the distribution channel is set, the divisions, bicycles, and now I want to enter US303, so 0003, full sales distribution. So, and am I in the right screen? It says system distribution. This is right. So orders, I'm in orders. Sometimes you have to hit enter. Now you can enter value. See, like I went back to sales organization, hit enter there. So it will activate this part. So sales distribution, you can choose it. What was the value? Sorry. US 003. So you can go US 003, Southeast USA. And then USD as a currency. So let's go back. USD is already set. 01 for price group. So let's see, price group. Here's a price group. So bulk buyer. This, can I explain why we created this customer as a business partner? Because this is, a business to business transaction. We're selling to a retailer, not directly to a customer, like let's say an end customer. So 01 and 1 for customer status group. It's a standard customer. Everything is fine. Alrighty, it looks good. Now then click on tab shipping. Now we have to set the shipping. How are we going to ship it? Sorry for that. How are we going to ship for that customer? So click on shipping, not billing. And we will use 02, or we enter 02 for delivery priority. So delivery priority, it's a normal priority. And 01 for shipping conditions. So shipping conditions will be standard. And then for delivery plans, 3 max, right? MI00 for delivery plant. So where are we delivering from? The plant is the DC Miami. And for the max that we will deliver is max 3 bikes. So for max part deliveries, we enter number 3. That will limit that for this customer, we will not ship more than 3 items at the same time. All right. That looks good. So delivery priority, delivery plant, shipping condition, the maximum delivery. Now, the billing, for the billing, we're going to enter. So now for the billing, see, I got this error because we went to billing and came back. So I'll have to kind of fix that. All right. So for the billing, FOB for incorporation terms. So Incoterms, here you go. What we're doing is FOB, right? So FOB, free on board. We're not going to go into details of what does that mean. And then Miami for the Incoterms, Incoterms, and Miami for the Incoterms location. So Incoterms location, I'm just going to copy that and paste it. Right. Now, 0001 for payment terms. So for payment terms, it's payable immediately due net. Alrighty. Now, 01 for account assessment group. So here it is. which is it's what type of revenue is that? It's domestic revenue. Again, this is for taxation purposes. And 0 for all three tax class for tax classifications. So tax classification here, if I make this a little bit bigger, so it'll be, I mean, you can choose, but it'll be exempt, exempt, and exempt. Alrighty, sounds perfect. Payment terms, did I enter that? Yes, I did. All right, once I have done, okay, once everything looks good, now I will hit save, and then you will, you will notice that you have created a new customer, right? So I'll hit save, and then say changes have been saved. Right, awesome. And I have here the business partner number, so I already have that piece of information. Now I want to figure out what is the customer number I have created. So after you have save, choose the FI customer, but now it'll be financial customer, and instead of new, it'll be defined. So here customer is defined, and FI customer now defined. All right, and click on company code. So here company code. What you will see is the number of the customer. I highly recommend taking a screenshot of those two. So I'll take the whole thing just in case. All right, I'll copy this, put it in the Word document. Now I know what is the business partner that I created. I have the number. And now I have the customer number 25020. You should have different business partner number and different customer number, guys. Do not use the same numbers I'm using. So whenever I get lost in this, business process, I can always go back and refer to my, business partner or to the customer. Now we're done with creating the customer. Simply, you can go to the home screen. All right. Now it tells you things are not saved. I don't think I need to save because we haven't done anything yet. So it even tells you choose company code. You have company code, click on home, return to Fury. What is the data that I haven't saved? All right, let's say it's saved just in case. All right, no, here it says no changes were made at the bottom. You guys can see that. So I don't know why it was complaining about me. Alrighty. Okay, haven't done anything. All right, so now we have created a customer. Now the next step would be to create a contact person for that customer. Now you are switching position. Now you're Maria Diaz, or you are acting as Maria Diaz, a salesperson, and we're going to create a contact person. All right, folks. Now step 2 to create a contact person for customer. So we need to go to maintain business partner. So let me switch quickly here. Maintain business partner. And now it's going to be slightly different. In the create business partner screen, we're going to choose person instead of organization, because now we're creating a contact person. Makes sense, right? So here, person. I know this screen looks busy. There's so many things to click on, but I think about it a little bit in a logical way. It just totally makes sense. You don't have to kind of, worry about not figuring out everything you see in front of you. Alrighty. So in the drop-down menu, we go into choose BP role contact person. So go in here, create BP role. Sorry for that. And we will choose contact person. and it will tell you, do you want to change to create mode? Yes, create. All right, so we have contact person new. As you can see here, make sure that you are choosing contact person, because this is what we're going to create. And now enter a title, first name and last name of your choice. So use your name. Okay. So title, Mr. Yezen Al-Ansur, and corresponding language. I'm gonna use English. That's the communication language. Let's see what's next. And then US for country. Alrighty. So English language, and for country, United States. Simply I can search or pick. It's up to you. Go back, you at the bottom here. USA. Alrighty. Great. And now click on save. So you created a different business partner. I know it might sound a little bit confusing. I totally understand. We created a business partner that was a customer. And now we're creating a contact person that also a business partner. But this is how this application works. So we have now a new number here. I'm going to take a screenshot of this whole thing, right? The whole screen. And I'm going to put it on my on that Word document that I've been putting some of my notes on, right? So here's the Word document. First, we created a new role, yes, and it was business partner 51038, right? And then now we create a contact person, and there's a business partner 51039. Okay, so now let's go to the next step. So back to the case study. What we're going to do is go back and then create relationship between those two. Again, guys, so many mistakes at the first 3 steps. So if you've been following me, if you're focusing for a little bit, you will manage to do this as simple as I'm doing it right here in front of you. Even if you never touched SAP before, you can see me right in front of you. I am following the same steps. I'm using a student account, so there's nothing hidden here. It's just like you have to focus and do the steps in the same order. Alrighty. So create business partner relationship. Okay, let's go back to the SAP screen, which I have so many screens right now in front of me. All right. Okay, so we have created the business partner 51039. I took a screenshot. Again, I highly recommend that. I know it might take a little bit of a few minutes from you, but it's worth it. So click on home. All right. I haven't made anything different, so no need for to change. So what I'm going to do here is I created 2 business partners, right? One of them is a customer, one of them is a contact person. Now I want to associate that business partner with the customer. So this is why we're going to create business partner relationship. All right, let's go back to the case study. So it tells you click on create BP relationship. In the field relationship category, you can hit F4 and then select has contact person, which is, as you can see here, BUR001. All right. So here, relationship category, and it has contact person. Okay. So who's the first business partner? Straightforward. If I go back to my Word document, right, this is what I told you. It's worth it. If I go back to my Word document, I know that the customer I created has a business partner value of 51038. So I can simply here type 51038. And who's the second business partner? Where the second business partner has the number 51039, because I created them right after each other. So it makes sense, 51039. All right. So again, this is a kind of shortcut. Instead of doing the steps, you can follow the steps that the case study telling you. But if you follow me, you're going to save yourself a lot of time. All right. Now I have the two business partners, as you can see here in front of you. They did the same thing. They just, true. Oh, sorry for that. They did almost the same thing, but instead of putting the numbers directly for the business partners, they want to search for it and other steps. It's up to you if you want to do it. I recommend doing it my way. All right, so valid from until. All right, so what we're going to do is choose the current date or the 00, so 1st of January from the current year. Okay. So valid from, you can simply just put 01, oh, maybe not. So August, September, let's go back, July, June, all right, May, April, March, Feb, January, right? So January 1st, 2022, valid until like the last possible day, which is 12/31/9999. So 12/31 year 99. Maybe that's when life will end. I don't know, but that's probably why you put that day, because that's the highest possible date in that calendar, right? 9999. All right. So then what we have to do next. All right, so hit execute. Now, if you're doing it right, what you're going to do is okay, so going back here, so relationship type, VIP. So in the following screen, enter 1 for VIP, right? So manager, director, and then department 002 or 302, sorry. So this is purchasing, and 002 for the function also, purchasing manager. And then in the, let's make sure everything is good, relationship category. Do we have to do this again? No, we're good. All right. And simply hit continue. Looks good. And then hit continue. So here it says, do you want to apply the data first? Then hit yes. And then hit save. You can see here relationship was created. So if you see this, that'll be you done it correctly. All right, so after that, simply you go home for the next step. All right, everyone. Now let's go to step number 4. And in step number 4, we are going to create a customer inquiry. So we created a customer, right? We created a business partner of type customer. And then we created a contact person. So a business partner type contact person. And then we created a relationship between the contact person and the customer, because it could be that a contact person or a customer has multiple contact people, right? And it could that one business or no, one contact person would be the contact person for multiple customers. But in our case, it's very simple. One customer, one contact person. We created a relationship between those two. Okay, so in step number 4, this customer reach out to you and they inquire about a certain product or service, right? So now you are playing a salesperson position, and we need to go and create an inquiry. And then we will need to identify what type of inquiry, the inquiry type. So here, enter the following information: IN for the inquiry type, UE00 for the sales organization, and that we did that in a previous step. So I'm gonna quickly, or I explained this in a previous step. So let me go quickly and enter these values. Alrighty, so here, the first tile that we dealt with was maintain business partner, and then after that, create BP relationship. Now, this assumes that you did a mistake, right? You created, you did something, you messed up in the business partner. You click here and maintain business partner. You can edit that. Do not go to the display because the display does not allow you to edit that information. Now let's assume that you messed up with the create BP relationship. Now, if you click back on this, you're not going to be able to edit that relationship. You have to go to change BP relationship. So, those tiles have, the titles are, intuitive, right? So just to make sure to read the title of each tile to know where to go. But if you've been following me, you should not have any issues, and you should not go back and modify anything. I'm just saying that because sometimes you might need to troubleshoot, but it's not that easy to troubleshoot. Let's put it that way. For somebody who just started using SAP, it's not that easy. All right, so let's now go to create inquiry. So you can see create inquiry, change inquiry, display inquiry. So same kind of logic. So go to create inquiry. And then first of all is the inquiry type, and it's just type of inquiry IN. Sales organization, talked about this before. So UE00, it's US East. You can notice here Germany North, Germany South. All right. The distribution channel, only have wholesale, don't sell to individuals. The division, so I mistakenly chose the last time this one, UE00, and then cross division. No, we want the BI, the bicycles. Awesome. Is there anything else we need to do here? I don't think so. So just simply click on continue. So continue. Okay, so sold to party. Okay, so that's a very important piece of information. So here, it asks you to go and search for the party that you are going to sell to. And what I'm going to do is, you can see here, this is an example that, let me zoom in. The after searching for the customer, you will find that there is a customer number, right? In this case, it's 25005. So I told you to take screenshot of the customer number, because then that will make your life easier. You can simply insert the customer number, the one that you created. Again, not the one from the screenshot, guys. Very common mistake. People will enter the number that they see right in front of them in the screenshot, not the one they created. Okay, so sold to party, this is the number of the customer. Shipped to party, this is the number of the customer. And the 0000, these are the 3 digits associated with the you have to replace them with the associate digits, or the digits associated with your user, right? So what are the ones that I created? Okay, so I did save those. So I did close that file. So here you go. So these where I took screenshots, right? I told you guys, open a Word document, take a screenshot. So if you lost, you can easily go and figure out what happened. So here, the FI customer, this is the business partner. All right, here it is. So my customer number is 25020. 25020. Okay. Now this is the business partner number. Those are two different things. We're not entering the business partner number. Okay. as the same number here? No, this is the company code, and I have this customer number, 25020. So if you took a screenshot, like I showed you, it should be easy peasy, right? So here we put sold to party. One more time. My number is, my bad. Where is, here you go. The number is 25020. So 25020. And here, same thing. Now, if I hit this, maybe I can pull some of the information. No, I really want to make it simple and easy. So 25020. Right, now here the customer references are the 3 digits associated with my user, and in my case it's 003. In your case will be something different. Right, so also asking you to put today's date for the customer reference date. So for the reference date, it's today's date, okay? And for the customer reference date, today's date. For the valid date, so how you know the validity would be 1 month from today, okay? So let's do that. Today's date. And here it is. And then same thing, valid from today until 1 month from today. So whatever you do and whatever dates are you doing, make sure that you do that accordingly. So 20 is gonna, it's supposed to be 19, but I'm gonna make it 20. It's all good. All right. Now, the bike zone wants prices on 2 products. So the customers is inquiring about 2 different products that GBI is selling. The first is the deluxe touring bike, black, or in black color, and the professional touring bike, also in a black color. Now we need to go and find these products. So that's, this is a step also many students miss. So to find these products, you need to search, go for the search function, right? So here, the material that I'm trying to find. And you can see here that when you search, there is this asterisk, all right? There is that star next to the 3 digits, your user's 3 digits, okay? I'm gonna call it from now on new digits, right? So this is important. Many students miss that. But then if I scroll down here, there is some kind of, let's say, some kind of meaning for these numbers. So let me show you. DXTR 1000. So on your end, it'll be DXTR 1, and instead of those 3 digits, it'll be your digits, right? And so on. So if I go down here, you can see the two materials that, or the 2 products, right? It's called material again, guys, because this system was created by sorry for that. So the reason it's called material, because this system was created mainly for manufacturing, right? So you might think, is like, what type of material this customer is looking for? Well, in this case, right, the material is the actual finished product that you are sending. So it is the deluxe touring bike and the professional touring bike. So I feel this is why some students are confused when they start with SAP, is because some of the terminologies that they use. So I understand that, but you have to realize this kind of solution is out of the box, and they need to kind of satisfy the need of so many companies in different areas. So just keep this in mind. So going back, so DXTR 1000 and PRTR 1000. Now on my on my end, instead of 1000, it'll be 1003 because 003 are my digits. So I hope at this point you understanding this idea. So here, instead of going all that search, I'm gonna simply, oops, my bad guys. Let's make sure that when I alt tab, I go into the screen I want. All right. So here, DXTR 1000, or in the instruction DXTR 1000, it'll be DX TR 1003. Okay. And then automatically, when you enter this value, you will see something here, so you know that what you're doing is correct. So this is DXTR 1003. If you put 1000, then you are putting a material that doesn't belong to your user. And on the back end, it will look like you did not, provide correct inquiry. So make sure always to use your digits. All right. So this is the XTR 1000. And you can see automatically this is the deluxe touring bike. And this is the item number, right? And going back to the instructions, PRTR 1000. So I'm going to put PRTR 1003. All right. So, and I see it over here, professional touring bikes. So you can go through the instructions and do the search and blah, blah, blah. Or you can just, do what I'm doing here and simply have DXTR, PRTR. And when you hit enter, automatically pulls the information. So you know that you're putting the correct value. If it doesn't pull the information, then you should be, alarmed. I mean, am I doing this correct? Am I doing this correctly or not? Okay, so now let's look at the order quantity. So the order quantity for the first item, I don't want to call the material, kind of sounds a little bit weird. 5. Okay, so 5 bikes here. Hit enter, and then here it will be 2 for the PRTR 1003. All right. So the total price for these bikes are 21,400, which is given by the net value. The expected order value is calculated value, which takes the net value of the order and multiplies it by the probability of having an inquiry for this customer turn into an actual order. So this is, expected value. We add some kind of expectation, kind of prediction, right? So how to go there? Well, there is this icon that looks like dollar bill, right? So here's a dollar bill icon. It's, if you hover above it, I think it calls item condition or something. Again, some of the terminologies they use, I'm telling you. Item conditions. Oops. Right. So what this is what we're looking at the price, individually, multiplied by the whole total order and so on. And this is for the XTR 1003. Then it is 15,000 for the total orders quantity of 5. I mean, that's quite expensive bike for $3,000, I'll tell you. And then if you go here to next item, you'll see the next item, quantity 2, and their price is 6,400. Is there something we need to do here? Let's see. Now the order probability of 30% is the default value. Okay, so this is the probability that you're gonna that this inquiry gonna convert into an actual order. So 30% by 21,400 will be 6,420. we can change that. So if we're more confident about that, the probability that this inquiry will convert into an actual order, it will become 70%. All right. So let me go back here to the first item, which is DXTR1003 and probability. Let's see that. Does it say where do I find probability? So order probability, then choose next item. Quantity, sales A. Oh, here it is. So sales A, order probability. Okay, so I clicked on sales A, right? At the bottom here, there's order probability. So instead of 30%, it is 70%. Okay, so 70 is order probability of this item. And then this is the DXTR1003. And then go to the next one, PRTR1003. And probability is down here. So change this to 70. Alrighty. Now let's go back to the instructions. All right, then go back, and then what we're going to do. So furthermore, you can check the availability of the material and click display. I'm not going to check the availability simply because I know that, they exist. So, and then save. All right. So go back. I'm going to skip that, check the availability because, I know it's in the warehouse, but it's definitely a good practice to always check the probability of a material in a real world situation. So I'm going to hit save, and you will notice that at the bottom here, guys, again, we have inquiry number. Sorry for that. Just give me a second. I have something blocking my screen. So there is an inquiry number that has been saved. Number, right? So, or an ID number. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of this, as I have been doing, and as recommended to always take screenshots and document your work. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna go to my Word documents that I've been putting all those stuff in it. So last thing I took a screenshot for was the business partner, right? The contact person. Now here I have an inquiry. This number I might need later on. So instead of, being lost in the system, figure out how to search for it, where to find it. Now I just, I keep this number available. All right, now going back to the instructions, simply tell me to go back home and now create customer quotation. Next step. All righty. Awesome work, guys. Keep going. We're almost there. All right. So going back home, it tells me unsafe data. Well, I mean, you already have the inquiry. I haven't done anything new, so it's okay. Although that pop-up message make you feel like you're doing something wrong, right? All right. So we did an inquiry. Now, if you guys remember, let's go back. I know I'm maybe going a little bit slow, but I'm trying to explain what are we doing so you'll be more, aware and cognizant of what you're doing. Not just, follow this assignment as a click through and have an understanding of this business process. So we did create a customer, right? That's the first thing we did. And then we created a contact person after that. We created a relationship between the contact person and the customer. After that, we created an inquiry. So assume the customer will call us or reach out to us and inquire about some products or some items. Now, if the customer might, or we want to generate a quotation, right, for the customer. Say, hey, you contact us on this date. We'll give you a quote for the price that if you come within certain window, we guarantee those prices for you. And then if the customer liked the quotation, obviously it'll be converted into a sales order. All right. Now I'm going to, as I said, I skipped check stock status. Although in real life you have, of course, to check the stock to see if you have, but I know that we have it. So I'm going to skip this just not to make this recording too long. And also display sales order. I'm going to skip that. Okay. So, and then, so I'm going to do create sales order and then jumped to start delivery. Oops, that's definitely not what I wanted to write. It's hard to draw something with the mouse, so excuse my kind of poor drawing here. All right. So next is to create a quotation. Now here's the beauty of this system, right? So we entered the information now multiple times, but from now on, the number of things that we're going to enter are going to be minimized because the information is now flowing from one functional unit to another, from the sales and distribution to material management to the financial accounting. So now go back to the instructions. So my thoughts will stay in order. Manage sales quotation. So I have to go there. So manage sales quotation. So you have manage sales quotation and then create sales order afterwards. So kind of go into, there's some order, right? So click on that. All right. So now something I'm going to do slightly different. Okay. So here, let's follow, and then I'll tell you how I'm doing this different. QT for quotation type, then click create with reference. So sales quotation. And oh, sorry, I kind of forgot. Where did it ask to put the QT? Oh, click on create quotation. All right. So, oh, here it is. Almost lost it for a second. So here's create quotation. Okay. So I'm going to click on that. Going to open a new window. What type of quotation? It's a QT. Right. So I have sales organization already filled for me. I don't have to worry about those. And now create with reference. So here at the bottom, I have a reference. So I'm not so not to create things from scratch. I'm creating with reference at the bottom. Click on create with reference. So now it's asking me which inquiry. And here where you should get this aha moment, right? So we created an inquiry in the previous step. So if I go back, this is the document that the Word document I'm going to take in screenshots and stuff. I have an inquiry number right over here, which is 1000000. So 1 5 zeros and then 11, right? So if I simply go here and put that number 100000011, and here it is, right? This is the document I just created, and it was created by me or by the user I have, learn003. See how easy is this? Now, the instructions tells you to go search for it and do other stuff. Feel free to do so. I'm just showing you how, if you follow these steps, there's no confusion. You will just put the document number and you get the document, and then you will retrieve the stuff that you need. So then if you hit copy, now here you go. Everything that we entered in the previous step, from sold to party to, what are those products and so on, are showing up, no problem. Again, this is why I am doing it slightly different than the instructions, because I just want to do it faster. So here it tells you how to search for the inquiry that you created and so on. Feel free to follow that, but I honestly feel if you kept the number of the inquiry from the previous step and simply enter that inquiry number, you will come to same spot with less steps. All right, ask us to enter the 3 digits into the customer reference and today's date for the customer reference date. And then for the valid date, 1 month from today. So here, again, I'm going to put 003. You put your own digits. Customer reference date is today's date. And valid from today till 1 month from today. Although technically speaking, 1 month is the 19th, I'm going to make it the 20th. And what else I need to do? Now, then choose enter, which will produce the following warning. Okay, well, let's hit enter and see what happened. I did not get a warning. Maybe I'll see it later. So 1 month from today for the valid date and a date 1 month from today for the required the required delivery. Let's see. So required delivery also 1 month from today. All right. Now hit enter here. See, got this warning message. All right. Now, to encourage the bike zone to become a loyal customer, you've been authorized to give a $50 discount on each deluxe touring bike, as well as 5% discount for the entire order. So how to apply that? So first, to apply the 50, we have to select the deluxe touring and then click on that icon that looks like a dollar bill to apply that discount. So let's do that. So again, the deluxe was the PRTR, right? So we're doing 50% on the deluxe touring bike. So PRTR, this is the deluxe. Oh, deluxe, I'm sorry. Deluxe is DXTR. The professional is the, right? Hello? What does it tell us when I see this? If the warning pop up again, choose enter and then produce the information below. Oh, so another enter. Right, and then we have this message and hit continue. Oops. All right. Maybe it's not continue what I was supposed to do. If the warning shows close again, choose enter. This will produce the following message. Click to continue, acknowledge this information. All right, I lost my things, but here's the quotation number. I'm gonna go and see. Well, first of all, well, I guess it's good to kind of do things slightly different. So I guess this happened on your end. You also know how to troubleshoot. So I'm gonna copy this, put it in my Word document. Now I have created the inquiry, but obviously I did not do the discounts. It just said quotation is saved. So let's see, what is the quotation number? My bad. Quotation number is 2000. So 2 6 zeros and number 7 at the end. Okay. All right. Let me pull that inquiry and change it. So this is create quotation, right? What I'm gonna have to do is, let's go to home and see if I can pull that quotation and change it. So the only option I have is manage sales quotation. So let's go back here, manage sales quotation. And I'm gonna put the sales quotation number. So it's 2 1 2 3 3 zeros, 1 2 3 3 zeros, and number 7. And hit enter. So this is the quotation that I just created. And you can see customer reference number 003, quotation valid, blah, blah, blah. So there is here this arrow. So let's click on this. I'll take me to the quotation. Now I still cannot edit it. So change here, up here. This is change. Click change. All right. So what happened last time is I hit enter and it saves the quotation as is. I did not get the chance to do the discount. So this is the deluxe touring bike. I'm gonna click on it, on that, and then click on the item condition. And I want to here now apply some kind of a discount. So now we are back on track. Let's go to the instructions. All right, so to add a discount, you can add a condition type K004 material discounts with amount of 50 or 50. So K004, I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to put here. So this is where you're going to put the code and hit tab or hit enter. And this is material. And then the discount account amount, right? So material discount, and I put here 50. All right, so you can see now 50, and there's that negative sign, means it's discounted from the total. Total discount is 250 because they're 5 bikes, so that makes sense. Okay. Now, after confirming with enter, a new price for will be calculated. And now I need to, so I'm done with that. I need to apply another 5%, but not on a particular bike, on the whole order. All right, so it looks good. So hit save. Again, one more time, same deal. It keeps saving the whole quotation. I should have been more careful. All right, let's go back. My bad, guys. So continue. All right, we're back here. Change quotation, right? This is quotation number. Again, if you have the number, always can go back to it. Easy peasy. All right. So we need to go to more, go to header conditions, more, go to, and oh, I don't see it. Oh, header, sorry. So more, go to header conditions. All right, so in the header conditions, you need to use the code RA00 net discount. Let's see the condition type. Here it is, and RA00. Hit enter or tab, and then here's how much total discount you want to apply. So 5 for 5%, right? And then you can hit enter, and you will see now the discount should be applied to the total. Now here, it's still not applied until I activate that. One more step. Right, activate. Aha. Now I see the discount of 1,057 and 50 cents on the total order. All right, no need to answer this question. All right, and that's it. Hit save. Now, obviously, I already have my quotation created, so I guess if you follow the instructions, it'll be a little bit less confusing just in this step. I apologize for that. But again, it was probably good to have some kind of not a perfect walkthrough. So if you get the same problem and you know how to troubleshoot it the way I did. Alrighty, so now we're good with quotation. I mean, it's the same number, so I'm good. Now let me go to home. And now let's work on the next step. So quotation, you send the quotation to the customer. They're happy with the price and the discount that you gave them. Now they want you to, or they want to place a sales order. So again, this is the beauty of an enterprise software like SAP. You don't have to enter all the information every time something happened in your business. You already captured a lot of that information through the business process, so things become more efficient. Apologize for that. So now you are the East Side Rep, David Lopez, and you want to convert a quotation into a sales order. So how to do that? Okay, so you can see that the next tile, manage sales quotation, or after manage sales quotation, is create sales order. Simply click on that. All right, so create sales document. here it says go back to manage sales order. Sorry, guys. We can do it this way, but let's follow the instructions. So here the instruction says manage sales orders. So manage sales quotation, create sales orders, and manage sales order. Here it is. Right, so manage sales orders, and we will pull the information from the quotation. So simply hit go. And here you will see almost everything. So that's probably my customer. Okay. So let me see. What is my customer number? Okay, go and show you all the sales orders. Do not execute a sales order for a different customer, because then you will be doing the work for another student. So please, please, please be aware of what are the customer you are executing the sales order for. So my customer is 25020. So let's stick with 20, right? Because they're probably going to have the first few digits the same. So 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. I may not see it here, right? So what you can do is simply here, put sold to party, and you can put 25020 or whatever customer number you have created, and then hit go. And obviously I see nothing. So what am I doing wrong? Let's see. So customer reference, these are my 3 digits. So let me try this. 003. Hit go. Again, nothing. So because there's no managed sales order. Now let's go back to instructions. So, I mean, I haven't created a sales order yet, so I'm not sure why they're asking me to go here. Let me double check. Manually, you can display sales orders from Global Bike. Because I have not created. See, I tried to jump faster than instructions. That's happened. I have to first create the sales order. So let me explain what happened, right? So this is showing you the actual sales order. So when I put my customer number, obviously it's not showing up. These are customer numbers, or these are customers other students did. So first of all, obviously create sales order. I wanted to do it from the other tile, but it told me to come here. So in my defense, I just tried to do the same thing, but from a different place. So create sales order. We were just here. And then the order type. I mean, sorry guys, I hope I did not confuse you. The order type OR. So here it is, standard order. Okay. And then create with reference. Awesome. So create with reference, because I already have a quotation. So I'm going to click create with reference. It'll ask me for the quotation number. Because remember, it's kind of, you know, same idea, repeating itself. So I do have a quotation number, and my quotation number is this, quotation number 2, 6 zeros and 7. So I'm going to simply enter that. 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 7. And I see that quotation that was created by me. Awesome. All right, hit copy, and it will bring all the information that I have entered here. So you can see everything was kind of pre-populated. All right, so I'm going to skip those because I did that part. And let's see. Copy, bring all the information. So to enter your 3 digits here, reference number, so 003. All right. And today's date. So today's date. And that's it, really. All right. So hit save. A new order has been placed, and I'm simply going to take a screenshot of that. Every time a new document being created, a new number is generated, I take a screenshot of that. You can write it down, but I don't know, I feel like taking a screenshot is easier. So copy this. Let's go to my documentation page, and Control V. All right. Is standard order number 11. Now, just out of curiosity, you don't have to do that really. Now, if I go home, all right, I'm good here. And if I go and manage sales orders, right? I really want to see the customer, just kind of to prove to you or myself. So sold to party 25020, right? This is my customer number again. And I hit go, and here you go. I do see my order. So I was technically speaking correct, but there was no order. Again, this is managed sales order. So if you have not created an order yet, it was only a quotation. How are you going to see it? And another way you can also search for it, right, is, let's see, customer reference. So I'll put here 003. I want to, search for my sales order. Hit go. I see my order. So nothing gonna be lost. I think what happened is, what I get from some students is, because there's so many windows, so many places to click, and so many people working on the same instant together, we can't afford just having one. This software costs thousands of dollars. Really, it's not cheap. So we can't have like one software dedicated for each student. So there are multiple of you guys. I mean, we have at least 200 people that take IS 311 at the same time. Most of them do the same case study. So if you think about it, there are like 200 people on that system trying to do the same. So if you don't stick to your numbers, quote unquote, then you might get lost. Okay. So let's go back home. Okay, so we stopped at the creation of the sales order, all right? And now I mentioned before, I'm gonna skip check stock status. Now this is important step if you were doing this in a real environment, because you definitely want to check your stocks. But I try and not to make this too long, so I'm gonna skip this step, as it is really optional, because we already know that there is in the stock. Same thing for the display sales order. We kind of technically speaking display the sales order. So same deal. Gonna skip that one. Normally check display doesn't do things on the back end. So this is why I call them optional. Please be aware that in a real work environment, you might need to keep going back, check the status of the stock, check the sales order, and so on. So everything is good. Now we will start the delivery process. Okay. So let me go back here to the SAP. So we will have to go to create outbound deliveries, right? So we have managed outbound delivery, but we have not started an outbound delivery. So we have to create an outbound delivery. Again, same logic. All right. So here we want to the ship to party. Okay. So ship point, ship to party. I mentioned multiple times before. I know the number of my customer, 25020. So the bike zone, and it's created by, it's in Orlando, and I'm the one who created that. You can see there's another customer with 20250. So definitely not gonna select that one. All right. And then what will happen here is I have the customer, hit OK, and then date range. Okay. So hit go. And this will show that there is a delivery. There's a delivery waiting for me. So simply I'm going to select this delivery. Right. And then I have at the bottom here, create deliveries. So at the bottom of my screen, create deliveries. Really, that's it. I don't see anything created, like no number for those deliveries and so on. But if you want to double check, you can simply go to manage outbound delivery, right? And then ship to party 25020, and then hit go. Oh, you have to change that. Not from ready to post to all. Okay. Now I can see my outbound delivery, and actually, technically speaking, this is the number of that delivery. So maybe I should take a number for that. I should take a screenshot of that for the number. All right. Copy and put it in my Word, the other Word document. Okay. So everything looks good. Going back to the instructions. Okay. Going back home, instructions. Now check stock status. The same thing. I'm not gonna do check stock status. You know, I recommend that you do it on your own. It's an optional step. So I'm gonna go to check outbound delivery status. So kind of same deal, manage outbound deliveries. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a pick, right? So outbound deliveries, choose adapt filters, all, and then look for the delivery and then pick. All right. So manage outbound deliveries. Okay. That's what we're going to do. And here you go. All right. So here we go. The ship to party 25020. It's not ready to post, so I have to change this to all and hit go. So I can see here now the delivery, and it asked me to click on pick because we want to pick the delivery and send it over, right? So the pick, and then it first asked me to the quantity, so 5 and 2, so 5 and 2 for quantity. That looks good. And then click on that arrow over here, see, for each material. And make sure that how much I will pick from the delivery quantity. Well, I'm going to pick all of them, so 5. Then apply. Same deal here. How many I'm going to pick from the professional bikes. So same deal, 2. Hit apply. Right. Then in the screen deliver item of to enter FG 00 for storage location, confirm, and then apply. Let's see, did I do that? So storage location. Oh, here it is. I didn't do it. Sorry. Let's just enter that value as is. So field picking 25 for material and 2 for this. Click to the next touring in green, and the screen delivery for deliver item 1 of 2, enter FG. So storage location, finished goods. I think I have to do for both of them. Yep. So finished goods FG00 for both materials. That's the finished goods. storage. So hit apply. And then here, oh, I did it. So let's go back. The professional, should say FG00 for finished goods. Apply. And now, all right, now let's hit save. Save this and start the delivery process. Now you can see that the picking has been, processed, and now the products are in the FG, the finished goods storage, and they are ready. All right, so that's it for now. And what we will do is we did the picking. Now they are on the, let's say, route to be delivered. And what we'll need to do next is the post goods issue. And the post goods issue is something related to accounting. So as long as the assets in my warehouse, it counts to me, like they belong to me. Now, once they leave, now those assets become for the customers. So we have to do the post goods issue to balance the books, because now I am going to generate an invoice, give it to my customer, and also remove those assets from my warehouse to balance the book or the books. I'm sure if you took any financial accounting class, you're probably aware of this step, post goods issue. Alrighty. So now we have to go to manage outbound deliveries. So again, manage outbound deliveries, and need to figure out the if there's anything that is need to be processed. Let me check. Ship to party 25020. And what I'm gonna do is, instead of ready to post to GI, which is, I know that I have to do that, I hit go, and it says GI status is not yet processed. So simply I will check this, and at the bottom there is the post GI, post goods issue. I simply have to click that and it will be processed. Let's double check. Is this what I need to do? Yes. Post GI. Kind of makes sense, guys. It's logical, flows in a structured, logical way, step after step. Now I understand if you did not take financial accounting yet, these steps might be something for you first time to hear about it. All right. So now enter the actual date for the deliveries you selected. So it says enter today's as actual GI date for the selected delivery and hit OK. So it's the date. Now it's completely processed. So simply here, if I go and I hit ready to post GI, we've already done that. GI posted, and hit go. Now you can see GI posted. If I go and change the overall status ready to post GI, I won't see it because it's been posted, right? So simply here, GI posted, hit OK, it is posted. Okay, so we're almost done, guys. We almost done. I'm not gonna check the stock status. I mentioned multiple times before why I don't want to keep repeating myself. So let's go to create invoice for customer. So the product is on the way to the customer. I removed the asset from my books. Now, obviously, I want to send an invoice to my customer to get paid. So first we need to create billing document, and it's make sure that's the VF01. There's also a common mistake I noticed students do, or it happen with some students, right? So VF01, this one, create billing document. Okay, please select this one, VF01. Right, click on this, and now let's see. So click on billing due list, So billing due list. And we want to display the billing due list for the sold to party, right? I mean the bill that I have to create for my customer. So billing date from to, I just simply go to sold to party, right? And I put 25020 because this is my customer, right? And I know this is the bike zone in Orlando, and I hit billing display billing. So that's it, really. I see the bill. It's in the outbound delivery. And then you'll get an overview of the billing items. Make sure your 2 bikes are listed, right? So you can, I believe, click here somewhere. So I see everything here. You can get an overview of the billing items. Overview. Oh, individual billing documents. So if I click on the individual, let me go back. Here at the bottom, right. So billing due list. I don't want to save whatever I did here. Sold to party 25020. Display billing lists. And then it's selected, and I click on the bottom here. Individual billing document. Right. Now I see both of these. Everything looks good. It just asked me to hit save. So I hit save. And I have a number created down here for this document, for the invoice. I'm gonna also take a screenshot and keep it for later because you never know. All right, copy this, put it on my Word document. Right. Going back to the instructions. We honestly almost done. This is the last step that you really have to do. We want to display billing document customer invoice. Actually, you can skip this one because we're not gonna do anything here. We need just to post receipt of customer payment. So you send the invoice, now the customer paid, you need to kind of clear it off your books. So we just need to post income payments, right? So let's go back to SAP, go all the way to home. Okay. And now, so we have created a billing document. Now post incoming payments. Alrighty. So in the post incoming payments, I mean, you have to be a little bit careful with this step. Many students gonna mess it up for whatever reason. So for the company code US00, I'm just gonna simply, do this quick copy and paste. US00, we talked about this before. Hit tab, and current dates for the posting dates, and for the journal entry date also. So today's date, right? In the pull down menu, journal entry type, select DZ. So entry type, it's customer payment DZ, so it's already selected. The current period for that payment period. So period, selecting the current period. I think you just keep it 00 if I'm not mistaken. So type select DZ, the current period for the period, enter 100000 for the or let's just copy this. So period, I'm just gonna put the current period just to be in the safe. I know that 000 or 00 should be current period, but oh yeah, it doesn't allow it. So it is 00. Okay, keep it 0, 0. Okay. And then enter 1 and then 5 zeros, so 100,000 for the general ledger account. So this will be in the general ledger account, the bank account 100,000. All right. And the amount was paid in full, so this is the full amount. I'm just gonna copy it, put it here. All right. It was in USD dollars, USD. So it should be. I'm just gonna copy and paste. Right. So USD. All right. So USD dollars amount. Oh, it didn't allow me to copy it with the dollar sign, so makes sense. So just remove the dollar sign. All right. What else? Under open item selection, select the account type, account ID field, customer, and use to find your customer. So for customer ID 25020, my customer, I know that 25020. Is that what it asks? So to find your customer as the US created with the data number 00 as search. I know that is my customer. I just do not see it. So customer 25020. Go. Oh, here it is. Right. So 25020 looks good. And propose items. Okay, so now it shows the journal entry, the amount. Simply, I want to clear the balance, right? So hit clear. Now, you know, it clears the account in the right corner. Oh, here it is. Balance now is 000. It's been cleared. Now I need to post this into the journal. So just hit post. And the journal entry has been successful. Honestly, I also like to take a screenshot of this. Alrighty. So copy this, put it in my Word document. And that's it, guys. Really, that's it. I know that I talked a lot, but if you remove the talking and the description, what I done, you should be able to do this within an hour. Okay, that's really my estimate. But, you know, if this is the first time, maybe 2 hours. But if it takes them more than 2 hours, they're probably doing something wrong. So you can reach out to me. We can talk and see what's going on. All right, so let's see. Is there last thing I need to do in the instructions? It just you can display the journal, everything here, and then review document flow. I simply gotta stop this, or you know, now do this just for the for time, and then just go home. All right, so let's assume everything you did here accordingly. I'm just gonna show you how we're gonna show on my end, right? So let me pull the back in the view. All right, folks. So this is the Learn 003. I'm looking at what this user completed on the back end. So let's go to Sales and Distribution and hit Run. So you can see here, guys, if you follow the steps that I did and you trusted me, your instructor, then you're simply going to have green across. So 100%. So you can see this is why I told you that I skipped a couple of steps. Like here, you can see step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I did not do 7 and 8 because those are just display. Check the status of something. You are not creating something in the system, so you're not creating something on the back end. And then did 9 and 11, 12, then skipped 13, and then 14, skipped 15, and then did 16, and then skipped 17. So those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11, 12, 14, 16 are required steps that you have to do. And if you do them accordingly, as I showed you, you're simply going to get your 100% and get full grade on this assignment. Again, it's not a complicated assignment. It's not difficult. This might be the first time you see this interface. This interface is kind of intuitive. It's just new. So if you do things as I did, you'll be fine. Now, I suggest, for example, is that when you finish step number 5, right, to send me an email or the TA, and we can take a screenshot of this for you and send it so you can look at it. All right. And then at least, make sure that you did at least the first 5 steps or 4 steps, something like that, correctly, and then you can continue further. The problem is sometimes you would have a step or two that you missed certain things or did not do it correctly at the beginning, and now you're in step number 11 or 12 and you're stuck, and then you don't know what to do. Because simply you did not do something wrong in that step per se. You did something wrong in a previous step at the beginning of this business process. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Again, if you have any questions or any problem, reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you. Enjoy learning SAP.